Good morning, girls. I'm sorry I didn't make a video yesterday. I had one of those days. One of those bad days. But I pulled myself out of it. You all know how I did it. Music. I found all these videos of these young kids. This generation coming up now. I think it's X and Z generation. And they were all listening to songs from when we were young. They couldn't believe it. 98% of them said we need to bring that music back. There is no vulgarity in it. They're not screaming. You can understand what they say. There's no naked women or sex. And we need to bring that music back. I thought it was wonderful that they felt that way. Because, girls, it's true. But the two that played the most, there was a whole bunch of them, that played the most was Unchained Melody. Well, when Unchained Melody, you lost that loving feeling. Well, when it comes on, it's in a shadow. And they thought they were black. And then when they come out and the light shine, they were in shock. White people can sing. We can all sing. You just have to practice. Anyway, and then the Bee Gees. Nobody Gets Too Much Heaven No More. Girls, if you don't like that song, there's something wrong with you. That is a wonderful song. And they were just blown away by it. Music that you can understand. And they were even commenting on how neat they were dressed. All of them. White, black, Mexican, all of them. Hopefully, we have a little revival going on of how to dress and how to sing. I'm going to watch it again today. I watched it for 5 hours yesterday. I was just singing my little heart out. And before you know it, I was feeling good. You know what song really makes me feel good, girls? Now, don't laugh. I know you're going to laugh because it is funny. Remember when Brick House was out? She's a brick house. She's mighty. Well, girls, I was so full of myself. I would be in the club dancing to that song, and I thought they were singing it to me. I'm a brick house. Well, I almost put red lip liner on my eye. Anyway, yes, I started watching that and listening to that, and I was happy. Happy-go-lucky me. And I'm telling you, they were encouraging each other to sing different. You know, I thought it was wonderful. They didn't care. They thought they were black. And the white people thought they were black too. The white kids. And when that music came on, they said it was like being in heaven. Those Bee Gees. There's only one of them left. Barry. And this one girl said, oh, I know. When they was on stage, I bet they got a lot of wet panties thrown at them. I said, oh my God. I bet they did. I've never been to a concert. I'm shaking. Oh, and that diet pill's working real good. I had to make myself eat yesterday. I did not get hungry at all. I was craving nothing. So that medication is working. Look at the difference already in those two eyes. Let me get this out from under her. See how it just opens your eye up, girls? Makeup is a wonderful thing. Oh, and one of you, I think it was Janet. I wanted to know about why they called the police on me next door. It's been years ago. Well, their daughter-in-law, she was their daughter-in-law at that time. I think. Yeah, she was. And they had all these puppies over there, little bitty cute puppies. Well, she brought me one of them. Well, I was outside and I saw one of them. And she was out there. And I said, oh, how cute those puppies are. And she said, here, this one is mine. You can have it if you want it. Well, of course I wanted it. So I brought it in. Girls, it was ate up with fleas. Completely ate up. And so I fleed it and gave it a bath. And it was so cute. And it was so happy. And I was doing, it took me all day. Well, half a day anyway. So I was doing laundry. And I don't know why I brought the laundry basket in the house, but I did. Because I always fold my clothes out there at the dryer in the laundry room. And, oh, the cute little puppy. He crawled up in the laundry basket with all those warm clothes. And then I heard a knock at the door. Police! Police! Here she was, Big Mama here next door. She stole one of my dogs. I said, no, I didn't. I said, your daughter-in-law gave me that dog. She said it was hers. And I've been working on it all day long, fleeing it and taking care of it and feeding it. And she said, I don't give a damn what you did. Yeah, it's my dog. So the cop said, ma'am, it is her dog. And everything would have been okay. But she said, you must be afraid this red-headed bitch because you won't come outside. Not something you won't say to me. And so I was heading on outside. Oh, yeah, honey, I ain't afraid of nothing. You got the wrong one. The cop pushed me back in the house. And he said, ma'am, I know that you want to keep this dog, but it wasn't hers to give. You've got to give it back. So I had to give it back. And it was so happy, girls. It was all balled up in those warm, clean clothes. And I had to give it back. But yeah, and that's the last time we spoke. I've tried to speak to her since. No. There are some people that are so used to people not confronting them about their behavior, you know, that when you do, they're shocked. And they're shocked for life. They hate you then because they know you'll come back at them. Anyway, so I had to give that dear little puppy away. I had to give it back. And the devil dog is back next door. And I got Sassy a nice fluffy little rug to lay on. Now, she doesn't look too good right now, girls, but it's because she missed her last appointment. And she was a little matted. But she had something that looked like black tar in her hair. I don't know what it was. But they couldn't get it out. Without hurting her, you know. So I told them to just cut her short. I don't want her to suffer. But she is going to suffer if she don't quit doing that little dance when she wants me to get out of bed. With her paws. And this lady did cut her toenails. Thank God. Short. Beverly cuts them. But I think Beverly is afraid Like me, I'm afraid. I'm afraid to cut Sassy's fingernails. Toenails. And she cut them shorter. Thank God. But she still did it this morning. And then she'll listen. And then she'll listen. Sometimes I just feel like slapping her. So, anyway, yeah, the devil dog is outside. It's out there. But it's a female. And the last time they brought that dog over there, they did not bring it to breed with Jake. They brought one of Jake's puppies over here. Grown puppy. To breed with that dog. I think it's the same dog, girls. Well, you just can't breed dogs that fast. I don't know nothing about dogs. I shouldn't even said that. Okay. We're gonna use this palette again. Ucanbe Exotic Flavors. And I'm going to use this, try to stick with just this row right here. I tried that the other day and I didn't make it. And let's see here, what else? No, that's all I had to talk to you about. But, do you know that I had 2,800 and something watch hours day before yesterday? They took 300 off yesterday because I didn't make a video. Well, I don't think that's right because I have never had 300 watch hours in one day, ever. So, I'm just not that popular, girls. So, I don't understand why they did that. Now, if it was 50 or 100, maybe. But I'm just a little channel. I don't get that many watch hours. I've been a year trying to get 4,000. I've been trying to get 4,000 for so long, I don't even remember what's going to happen when I get 4,000. I don't know. But you have to get that 4,000 in a year. But you get to save what you had the previous year. I don't know. I'll Google it later, girls. And then Palm Springs Cindy, she did a very nice, she had a little smart aleck on her channel, a little troll. And telling her this and that, and, you know, don't be talking about your church, or we don't hear it. And something about dating, and oh, she leases her car. And why do you lease a car? You're never going to own a car this way. Well, you know, she's as nice as she could be. Finally, she said, because I like it. I like to drive a new car. So she leases her cars for 3 years. And then she goes and she turns it in and she gets another one. And she said she's got that in her budget and she can afford it. So that's what she likes. And she still wants to date. So mind your business, let her. Let her date. We're the same age. She was saying what all to put on if you get on a dating site. Very good information in case you girls decide to get on a dating site. Me, I'm not doing it. I'll kill two birds with one stone. I'll find one in church. And then she can get on my channel and go, yeah, did both. Yes, I did. Anyway, she said, never put your email address up. Never. Make up another account and let them use that because they will drive you crazy. Some of them are crazy. So, but she always goes someplace where she knows people or where she knows she's safe. We don't know what's out there, girls. Well, I do because I've seen it. years ago, when me and Jim were separated, I got on a dating channel. Well, I met 2 of them. No, this is the feeling I got from it. This is the vibe I got off of those guys. They were looking for a home. This ain't it. So I got right off of all that. They're all losers. They're all looking for a home, some woman to take care of them. But the ones that she dates, see, she got on a Christian website. Well, I didn't. I wish I would have not. Because things had to be the way they had to be, because I was supposed to help my husband pass away. That's why things worked out the way they did. That's the way they were supposed to be. But no, today I don't know what's supposed to be. Let me look at that. It's pretty, but it's not. I'll say something. You can't see it. Oh my God. Here we go. We're going in. I love that shiny stuff. Anyway, I was just all day listening to music and singing. At one point, I was on my way to the kitchen and I was dancing. It really pulled me out of that depression. Music has always been like medicine for me. All right. That might be too much. No, it's not. No, it's not. I love it. I love all that stuff. And you know, when I was young and the Righteous Brothers was out, I didn't think either one of them was handsome. But now yesterday, girls, it was a whole nother story. Now, I thought that tall one, I always thought he was ugly. But not yesterday. And then when that blonde one, the shorter one, when he started hitting those high notes, it made you think that the tall, dark-headed one was the main thing. But when that little short blonde stepped up there and started giving out those high notes, it was good. It was good. And that's what I did all day. And then I thought, my God, it's 5 o'clock. And Brenda left at noon. So I was on there for 5 hours. Just watching. What do we want to do now, girls? I don't think I have enough dark in the outer corner. But let's try this. There's a dark. I said I was going to stay in this one line here. And so that's what I'm going to do. And girls, I wish I had not cut my hair. I'm not ever going to do it again. I don't like it. And it curls even less. I don't like it. But, you know, I'm letting that gray grow out and let's do it. I'm letting it all grow out in gray. And in the back, I know y'all have seen it when I turn around, dark. I'm a natural blonde. I don't know where that's coming from. But it's really, let's try something else. let's try our little pink brush. And let's try to get some eyeliner. This is the brown. The dark brown in that one row. So then, then she was talking about, well, just, what is her channel about? What does she want to do with her channel? And she's kind of like me. I wanted to make you girls feel better about yourself. And I wanted to learn how to better put on my makeup. So I watched videos for 2 or 3 years. I had my channel, but I never made any videos. Let's go up here like this. But I wanted you to know, because if I don't get up and I don't get dressed every day, that's when I do get depressed. And so we are older, and I was going through losing my husband and having my car repossessed. Girls, it was a pitiful mess what happened to me. But it was an eye-opening experience, because really I didn't know much about suffering and hard times. Well, and when you don't, and you see people going through stuff like that, and you think, what's wrong with you? Why weren't you ready for this? I wasn't ready. I was not ready. And it got so bad for me. Well, I lost everything but my house and what's in it. I got my car at the junkyard for $1,000. Now, God blessed me with that car, that Jeep, because it runs wonderful. And it was all rusty, and I had it painted, and I love it. But I did have to go one time to the Salvation Army to get a meal. That's how bad it was. That's how bad it was, girls. It was terrible. And that's something I want you girls to know if you don't learn anything else from me. Please protect yourself from stuff like this. Not this. From being a widow. Because I'm going to tell you, we always thought, my husband worked for the government. He had a good retirement. But we were always told that I didn't have to be on his retirement, because after 9 months of marriage, you're automatically on there. On everything but the government. It's called the ERISA Act. So I lost $3,200 right there a month. So, but every day I got a little bit stronger, a little bit strong. I cried all the time. I really missed him. I really, really missed him. I would be in the car and look at the clouds, and I could see his face. I see faces, you see stuff in the clouds. It was terrible. We're going to pop a little bit more on this eye. And so, see, I want you girls to know what you can go through. It can be terrible, or you can make it easier. And that's what you need to do. Get you a life insurance policy before you get, 85? Is it 85? take care of yourself before it's before you have to. I need something in the middle because I look a little gothy. Really, I need something. Something good. We're not going there, Jade. There's no right color of pink in there. You know I always want to put pink in there. No, I'm not putting yellow in there. Anyway, I suggest that y'all start preparing. I'm not saying I hope anything happens to you, God, I don't. Ooh, I see a pretty color in that. This is a Revolution palette. Revolution Reloaded. Well, let's see how that works. Well, it looks like it's going to have a lot of fallout. Well, show yourself. It's better, but it's not what I want. I'll just keep trying to build it up. I don't want to stick my finger in there because I've got, you know, that scar. And every time I try to use my finger, you see that scar right there? It gets in there. You know, it looks terrible. Good enough. Good enough for this day. But yeah, yesterday was bad. For a while. And then, boom. I found just what I needed. Listening to all of that. At one time I was singing a little Aretha. Yeah. And then there was this little guy. What was his name? He was a little bitty black guy. His name was Lenny something. And he popped up and he was saying, I liked him too. What did he say? Pretty little bitty one? Something like that. But they changed it and they went back to watching The Righteous Brothers. Little bitty pretty one. That's what he said. Was his last name Lemon? Lenny? Lemon? No. I can't remember. They made a movie about his life. I watched it. Come here. He was a little go-getter. He had like 2 or 3 wives all in court fighting over, after he died, fighting over his money. Who was really his wife? That's what they were wondering, just which one of us. But he was a go-getter, and he could sing. But girls, I'm really messing with this. I need to quit. I need to quit right now. Okay. I am going to quit right now. And this is CoverGirl Black Eyeliner Pencil. Real cheap. $6 for 2. On Amazon. Alright, let's do these eyelashes. So anyway, yesterday I had a really good time. Just me and Sassy sitting here jamming. You're never too old, girls. You're never too old to have a good time. Oh yeah, I needed to buff that. I'm going to try to line my nose a little bit different today. Because I was watching that one black guy. He was so cute. So cute. And I know he had his nose contoured. And it was perfect. So I'm going to do my nose like him today. Yeah, I'm not ever going to cut my hair again. Look at that. It's just... And it was curly. So I'm doing real good on my diet. I'm going to get up in a minute and I'm going to show you. I don't care what the scale says. My stomach is going down. Way down. I might have to go out to the club and dance to Brick House. She's mighty. Just letting it all hang. I need to quit. I remember one time this guy gave me his phone number. I didn't know his phone number. I didn't even know him. It was cute though. So I didn't call him. Well, this bar that I used to go to, this is before I met Jim. This is right at the time when I almost met Jim. No, it wasn't. It was long before. Anyway. So he came to that bar to find me. It was fun. Girls, it was fun. And they told him I was upstairs dancing. I was. Probably to Brick House. Probably if they're showing all my goods. Anyway, he came up there. His name was Art Hemming. He was over PG&E in California, in Bakersfield. Well, I guess he's used to women just falling over dead and calling him when he gets them their phone number. Well, I didn't. In fact, I lost the number. So he wanted me to sit with him. So I sat with him and we danced. And I was quite the dancer. Dancing and singing. Girls, nobody could beat me. One time, me and my friend Paula got up on the stage with this band and we told them they needed some help. And we started singing with that band. It's a miracle they didn't throw us out. But anyway, so we were dancing. Well, so then we went out a couple more. He asked me, where did you learn to dance like that? I don't know. When it hits me, and I don't know what I'm going to do. There's no telling. But, so, finally, I brought him home. But, girls, when I went first to the bar a couple of days later, and I told the bartender I had to go to the restroom. I said, if the handsomest man in the world shows up down here, he's here looking for me. She just laughed at me. Because, everybody thought I was funny. I was making jokes. I had a really good personality. And I come out of that bathroom and she said, my God, he's here. He's here. So we went together for a little while. And then, as you would know, he was married. So I had to break up with him. Well, he said, well, but my wife's alcoholic and I can't only stand her. We're not really a couple. Well, you got a marriage license and you're living in the same house. So, go on with your cute self. Find you somebody else. Well, that happened at a time that me and Ron was broke up. So I went back to Ron. And then once again, he asked me to marry him, got me a ring, and I couldn't do it. Girls, he had no respect for women. So, it was in that time that I met Jim, my husband. My Jimmy. He tried to get me to leave him alone, but I wouldn't do it. I came into the bar and I said, of course I'd been drinking at another bar, but I was trying to hide from Ron and Lawrence. So I parked my car behind the bar. And I went down to the other end of the bar and I sat down and I said, oh my God, there's two guys following me around. They're trying to figure out where I am. And Jim was just sitting there at the end of the bar. He's shy. Jim had no wildness to him. He lived off mine. And he said, you just come in here with your lies. And I said, well, keep it up and I'll come down there and sit with you. Like you're next. Keep it up and you'll be next. So I ended up down there with him. And that was it. But I was engaged to Ron. And so I went over to Jim's house, my wedding dress, well, my dress to get married in. We were going to go to this wedding chapel. And I went over to Jim's and I said, I can't marry him. I said, I just can't do it. I was already attracted to Jim and I knew that wasn't right. You know, if you love somebody, you're really not attracted to other people. They look good to you, but you're not attracted to them. And Jim was different than any other man I'd ever went with. We were just complete opposites. You know, I was completely different than anything he'd ever seen. So I told him, I just can't marry him. I just can't. He won't be good to me. Well, you can just stay here. Move in with me. So I said, okay. I wanted to anyway. And so we lived together for 3 or 4 months and then we got married. And poor old Ron, he showed himself. Because, you know, he had mistreated me for years. And I went with him for 5 years. No respect. And this was Maybelline Sky High Black Eyelash Primer. And this is e.l.f. Big Mood Mascara in Pitch Black. So, you know, I caught him with 2 women. I raised his kids for 5 years. So when I caught him with that woman, the first time, I said, okay, I am just off work. I was working nights at the Hopper Steel yard. I don't know what the hell she wants. She keeps calling. And so I got off work, and for some reason, I was coming down Union Avenue, and his car was parked at this bar. It just kind of come out in my face, and I saw it. So I went in, I was thinking, well, I'll stop here and have a beer with him. Oh, no. It was another woman. Another woman. And he let go of her real quick. And he was walking up to me. And I said, I'm down here working nights, working my butt off, raising your kids, and you're cheating on me. So, we broke up for a while. Oh, I won't never do it again. Well, about a year later, I saw him at another bar. Saw his car, jumped right out in front of my car. I saw it. Go in, be damned if he's not with the same woman. Well, I had a knife in my car. And I was just going to get him. Because I went through hell with his kids. And he asked me for the knife. She got behind the bar. She's smart. She got behind the bar and he asked me for, he said, give me that knife. And I gave it to him. Right in the palm of his hand. Got his hand open. But the thing was, girls, I loved his kids like they were my own. So it was a very hard situation, but I had to end it. And so I did. And then he married Georgia, and I married Jim. And then Georgia passed away last year. But it was horrible. That was a horrible relationship, and I should have got out of it immediately, but I stayed in it for 5 years. Now, he never hit me or anything, because I would have killed him. I've been beat by the best. You better be prepared when you come for me, dude. And, but he didn't believe in hitting women. And the reason I know this is Catrice Liquid Camouflage Concealer in 005 Light Natural. Is because one day because my daughter's daddy used to hit me. And he'd come toward, we was having an argument. And he came at me. And I went like that. And he said, oh my God, who's been hitting you? So I knew him. No, he was not. He just wanted to hug me. He could tell at one point I'd been battered. And he was a good man. He worked for the railroad. He retired from the railroad. And, but the strange thing about him was, and you girls tell me if this is how you was raised, we always got school clothes. Well, we worked. We had to work in the fields and stuff, but even if we didn't, before we started out working, when we was little kids, we always got school clothes. That would be, we'd have one day that we would go downtown in Bakersfield and buy all our school clothes. Those kids never had school clothes. Or Easter clothes. But I didn't understand that a bit. I thought everybody did that. Well, they were so happy to get those clothes. Those kids. Okay. This is Wet n Wild Photo Focus Foundation, Matte Foundation in Buff Bisque. This lid, if y'all get this, if you have an old Believe Beauty bottle, that lid will fit this Wet n Wild. And you don't have to use that paddle. I hate that paddle. I'd have some coffee. See, people say, well, I have trouble figuring out what to talk about on my channel. I ain't never had a hard time talking. And my sister either. But I see things and I make a little note. I don't want to tell the girls about that. But I guess I've had such a life. I've plenty to say. I'm going to put some on my neck because I got too much. And I had to quit putting that retin-A on my neck. It was burning just right there. This piece of skin. See it? My gels. Well, they would burn. So I had to quit. I had to quit putting it on my neck. So I don't know how to get those 300. I was so happy. Oh, I just need 100 and something more. I have my 4,000. This is the second time they've done this to me, remember. Remember that, girls, when they took those others away from me? So, I'm going to do this video, and then I'm going to do a short today of something. See if I can't get some of them back. But, of course, I really don't know what the big deal is when you get 4,000. If any of you know, let me know. Now, let's see if that's... Oh, that foundation. I had not used that Wet n Wild in a long time. About a year. I had forgot how good that foundation is. I got too much on my eyes. Well, I got something. I'm not going to worry about it. Now we're going to put on some contour. And we're going to use... Oh, I'm going to do my nose a different way. The same, but different. Okay, here we go. But I never even think about what I'm going to put on my channel. And that's why people think I'm scatterbrained. Because that got 500 things going. But I don't have nothing going when I sit down. Just come here and put your makeup on. And then lights, camera, action. Here she comes. Telling her big old stories. Okay, that guy. He used something. I know he did because the line was too straight. But he came, let's see, he had a beautiful nose. Came closer to the middle of his nose. Okay, Jude. Oh, look at the tip of that nose. Just that closer? Yes. Now, I'm not going to use this highlighter that's on the end. This is Catrice Sculpt and Define. I forgot the name of the one I'm going to list, but it is the same color as this. It's Catrice. I couldn't find this one. Okay. Now, first thing I'm going to do is calm this down. Well, let's put some highlighter on there first. We want it to look just like that guy's nose. His nose is beautiful. I watch the strangest things on people. But you know what's the first thing I look at on a man? Their legs. My Jimmy. Girls, he had the best legs. Oh, if I wanted to do that, I ever saw in my life. That's making me want to bring him back. I look at men and you know, they'll be riding bicycles. Because my husband, he ran. He rode his bicycle. He was in all these little things where they ride the Paris trails or whatever. They ride their bicycle for so many miles. And he would be in races. He played tennis. He played golf. Anything. You mention it. And my husband did it. Them legs. Even when he had the, okay, here goes the little, I don't know why people do that. I hate it. He had the best legs I ever saw in my life. And there's this older guy here in town. Well, he rides a bicycle. And me and Brenda both think he might be he might be a pervert. Because both of us, he rides around downtown. And he has parked his bicycle by both of us on the passenger side door and tried to talk to us. I think he might be off. He's not right. I locked my door and got the heck out of Dodge. No, dude, you're too short, number one. Number two, you ain't got the legs. You can ride that bicycle from here to eternity, and you're not going to have the legs I'm looking for. Once you've had the best, girls. And feet. My husband had beautiful feet. The things I look at. Well, he was handsome. He was handsome all his life. I don't know how in the world I got him. But let me tell you a funny little story about him. When we first started talking and seeing each other, well, he had on this windbreaker. It was red. I can see it today. I can close my eyes and see it. And it had patches all over it. Well, as usual, girls, I was drunk. Or else I was on my way. I was feeling pretty good. And, I was sitting there next to him, and I was looking at that jacket, and I said, oh, no. He said, what? I said, it's finally happened. What was the word? I'm attracted to hobos now. Because of that windbreaker and those patches. He said, I'm not no hobo. Oh my God. And then one day I was standing in the kitchen. And he came in through the alley. He carpooled. And they would drop him off, and he would come in through the alley and come in the back gate. And I just happened to be standing there washing dishes. And he had on a white shirt and khaki pants. He has a briefcase. Briefcase is something I never saw in my life. I knew what it was. and I was just standing there looking. I thought, my God, he's handsome. And he thought I had the best body. I'll tell you another little story about Jim. He got this girlfriend one time in Michigan. Well, he gave me his house. And he went to Michigan. So I fixed his house all up. Well, I think it might have been a trick. Well, here he came back. Well, we were sitting in the living room. And I knew I was going to buy a house and get out. I should not have done that, but I did. And so he said, he was telling me about this woman. Well, he said he was going to have relations with her. She went to the bathroom, took a shower, and came back naked. Well, he saw her. And he said he just couldn't do it. He said, and there I was trapped. And he said, I tried to think I need to think of somebody else's body. He said, I thought about thinking about yours, but no, that wouldn't have been right. So he packed his stuff up and he came home. He didn't have relations with her. He came home. Oh, my Jimmy. He came home. And this is Catrice Sungasm. I want you to look at this. I have had this palette for 5 years. And that little spot right there is the only dent in it. It's completely full. You could never wear this out. So this is bargain. Anyway. Yeah, he said, oh, but that wouldn't have been right. I just laughed at him. If he could see me now. All 85. All 185 pounds at me, girls. He'd be doing me the same way he did her. Get up and leave. But, you know, we could tell each other everything. No matter what. No matter what it was, how bad it was, we could tell each other. We were soulmates. Okay, this is Catrice Air Blush Matte in Brightening Peach. No, Peach Heaven. Okay. Let's put on some, no, let's do our eyebrows. Yes. I'm sure that guy downtown in Paris, if he ever saw Jim on a bicycle, he'd go park his bicycle at home and never get on it again. I can't compete with all that. Nobody could. But when he was making me play tennis, he wanted me to be an athlete. Girls, I'm not athletic. But I kind of did like tennis. I just didn't want to be forced to do it. Well, there was a park by our house, and every weekend he would drag me out there to play tennis. But I had to use both hands. And he tried to get me to use one hand. I couldn't. And he said, well, maybe you are a two-handed player. Because some of the women I was watching, they did play with two hands. But I couldn't do anything with one hand. I guess I don't have enough strength in this hand. And I sure don't have any now. But I got big old muscles in the back of my legs. My mother saw them. She came from Arkansas to visit. And her and Donna were walking behind me, and I was opening the door to the house. And my mother said, my God, Judy, you get great big muscles in the back of your legs. I said, Jim, he's forcing me to play that tennis, and I don't want to. But I'd love to play tennis with him now. Someday. Someday. But now yesterday morning, I was all for it to be yesterday morning. That's how depressed I was. It was one of those days where you already know before you get out of bed. And you think, please, God, don't let me be depressed today. You already know you're going to be depressed. So, what's going on here? I got the brown lid on the wrong end. Anyway, so yes, that's why the woman next door called the cops on me. That was Wet n Wild Retractable Brow Pencil in medium brown. Good pencil. And this, my sharpener will not sharpen this. I'm going to have to get another one. And I'm just putting that wax and pushing those eyebrows up. I may not even have any wax. Where's that? Maybe if I push on it harder. Let's see. Oh, I think it's going to work. Yes, girls, I wasn't pushing on it. There we go. Let's try this again. Okay. Anyway, I think when you get 4,000 watch hours, I think you make more money. I really don't know. I've looked, you know how you look things up and you can't never get the right answer? It leads you to another website and another website, and finally you give up. You can't get an answer. And then I have 2 Amazon accounts. I don't know how that happened. But anyway, let me put this powder on. This is e.l.f. Perfect Finish HD powder. I was using this before I started using that Makeup Revolution baking powder. All right. I used the wrong brush. Well, since we've got the wrong brush, let's use another wrong brush and knock it all off. And one of you girls thought it was really funny that I had my first husband buy our furniture back. Girls, I got the money for that furniture. He put it back in his house and I went home. I made a killing. He shouldn't have made me mad. This is what he said to me. So that you'll know it wasn't just a minor little thing. It was hurtful. We were over at his mother's house out in the country. And we were all sitting around the kitchen table laughing and drinking beer and, you know, having a good time. And I forget what the subject was. But I said something. And he said to me in front of God and everybody, if you don't know what you're talking about, don't talk. Some of us went to school. It was right after that I went back to school. I left him. And then I went to business school. So there you go. But my God, that was like a dagger. Just a dagger to the heart. It hurt. I'll tell you how bad it hurt. I walked home from the country. They lived in the country. His mom and dad did. They all got onto him. It was mean. I'll tell you one thing. I might not have went to school, but I know how to be polite to people. But I did end up going to school and I went to college too. So, there. Well, I can't say no more. I'm going to tell you what the future had in store for him, but I'm not going to. Because I don't want to be mean, and I've lost a lid to this. I don't know. I think I got all this stuff from Wet n Wild. Not Wet n Wild. Temu. I think. Let me see. Yes. Pudsier? Pudaier. Stereoscopic lip liner. And it doesn't say what color it is, but it's red. Deep red. Anyway, girls, yes, that hurt my feelings really bad. And after I got through crying, when I got home, I'm leaving you. You get to do that to me once. I'm using this Ofra again because it was in my basket. And this is not on Amazon either. They've got all the other colors, but they don't have this color. And I don't know why, because this color is beautiful. Don't try to overline your lips, Jed. I had to fill in a deep wrinkle. Those smoker lines, girls, they don't ever go away. But if I'd had cigarettes yesterday, I would have smoked. And y'all know I'm trying not to ever do that again. All right. Let's spray. Okay. Now let's pat that all in. Oh, I got down on the floor with Sassy yesterday. And I hadn't been playing with her a whole lot. And she was laying on her little throw in front of the TV, and she looked so sad. So I got down on the floor, and I called her Timmy. And I played with her for a while. And she was so happy. I haven't played with her in a long time because I can't get back up out of the floor because I'm holding a bat. So anyway, girls, there she is, sleeping over there. Well, no, where is she? Oh, yeah, I see her. No, she's sound asleep. She's cut a little bit short, but by next month, it'll be grown back out. Okay, girls, thank you for watching. Please hit like, subscribe, and ring the bell if you're not already a subscriber. And I love you, and I'll see you tomorrow.